listening to, watching, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling sex, drugs, and skincare. Like and subscribe. Hey, welcome back to Sex, Drugs, and Skincare. I almost forgot how to say it.
That's what you did it, though. I was making sure that you were... I was very concerned.
For your support.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Say more alarmed than concerned.
Yeah. I am Nikki Davis Jr., as Tammy Joe Deeren has dubbed me. I'm a licensed comedian, stand-up esthetician. I've been doing skincare for 25 years. I'm just getting all the stuff out of the way so that this is the first time tuning in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I know that sounds so cheesy, but,
it's okay.
But please just subscribe. And then if you want to get the notifications, you'll know every time a super cool guest comes, which is every single week we do an amazing comedian guest or just anybody that we think is super cool.
Super fun, cool. We're also doing a Japanese TV show called Super Fun Cool.
Super Fun Cool.
That, so, you know, but we're not sponsored by Japan, so we can't air this thing.
Our guest is trying not to laugh. You can laugh. You're so cute.
Well, here's the funny thing, though, and funny, but she couldn't laugh, so she wanted to laugh. Now that she can, she might not.
Oh, that's true.
Because once given the option to do something, it's like, well, I don't want to laugh now.
Right.
Or worse, as a comic, we go, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Oh, yeah. Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's like, on the hilarious.
That's good.
Funny
that's
stuff.
Very
that's
good. Yeah, that's
very good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Which is, by the way, I'm not a doctor. Obviously, I'm an esthetician, licensed.
Wait a second. You're not a doctor?
I am not. I'm so sorry. I've been examining you with the tools that I've been using.
That's fine. She takes my copay. That's the weird thing. $15 on the nightstand.
I know. I got to raise my copay.
Sex workers took insurance. You take insurance. It's a form of therapy.
Yeah.
That'll be. I'm sorry. Your copay is $25.
Oh, actually, you're at a network. So
yeah. That's
and this is Sandro Yocolano. He's my boyfriend. I'm trying to figure that out the order. Co-host, Sherpa. He helps me do everything. And
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, whatever.
He pays for the meter downstairs.
Yes, I do. I pay for the meter.
It's very thoughtful.
It's the most I can do.
Yeah. It's
fine.
It is the most.
I try to help out where I can. I try not to ruin your life completely. But we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look nice again today. You wore the same shirt. And I think I'm wearing the same shirt as well. But I'm wearing different surroundings.
Yeah. Comfort over content, but I'm content.
Okay.
So it's the same word, but I'm content doing
You're both
this.
and you're comfort.
I'm comfortable and I'm content. That's it.
Do we need to work on our improv skills again?
I think we should work on our improv skills. We're developing new improv from the standard yes and to no, but what now?
Yeah.
Not a bad move.
It's not a bad move, right?
Yeah.
Nikki's favorite. What was one of your favorites was
hold on a second. I got to think.
That's a good one too.
That's a great.
Yeah. Just give me some time.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Or one of my favorites is I didn't believe that.
Yeah.
I just didn't believe it.
Phil Hendry was on the podcast recently. Do you know Phil?
No.
Okay, I'm going to introduce
Fantastic
you.
radio
You'll
guy.
never be the same. He's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But his was.
can I have a menu?
So no matter where you are.
No matter where you are, you can just ask for a menu.
You sure can. And it's a crapshoot really of what you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they'll tell you to get your phone out and get the QR code.
That's a life of QR codes now is going to be like a tattoo of it.
Yeah.
You're like, no.
I saw a kid in the airport with a QR code on his arm.
No way.
You know, because this Gen Z enjoys I call it the memento, the stickums of tattoos. So they don't really make sense and they're everywhere. Mm-hmm. And this kid was holding the, bar on the train in Atlanta airport with a QR code on his arm. Wow. And I thought so badly I wanted to and thought, what if it's something wacky like the White Castle menu? Something like completely non sequitur.
That would be hilarious.
Right.
That would be like a purpose. Totally. But then what happens is when people go out of QR codes and it goes from barcode to QR code to something else.
Oh, right. It's going to
it'll be the floppy disk. Yeah. It'll be the floppy disk.
The floppy disk back. Insert it into your back.
That's right. They'll be like, oh, you have a floppy disk QR code on your arm. Dated.
Could you imagine the technology back then to implement software into a human being, but it's a floppy, but it just crumples as you, it's like, oh man, it's like you broke the disk on the robot. I'm just telling you, government spending hasn't changed.
By the way, disks and anything you stick into a machine should never be floppy.
No.
Well.
No.
Well.
Yep.
You're not wrong there.
That's right. Anything you want to stick in something else should not be floppy.
Also, I like how interesting you called it a machine.
Yeah, I did call you a machine. Yeah.
No, the machine you stick the things into.
Oh, I'm the machine.
Well, whoa, I didn't say like you. Oh my
Trish
God.
and I we had a little thing
Just-
about it. Yeah.
Just to clarify, sometimes when we're making love, I call Nikki Burt Kreischer. Because she's a machine.
I lift up my shirt and stick out my stomach, and I say, "Please don't ever say making love again."
I know, that's the worst part.
You just took away my boner.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We're not having sex tonight, even because you just said those words. Making love. Do you say making love to your husband?
I don't.
Good for you.
I've worked that out.
Even though you're from
I didn't
Thousand
like
Oaks.
it.
Yeah, even though it seems like a Thousand Oaks word, doesn't it? It sounds like a Southern word. I say relations,
yeah.
which is just as bad as a Southerner.
Relations. It sounds like it could be in like a police report.
Yes, that's what they were doing relations.
But relations.
Two individuals doing relations.
But you could do like, like relations you can sound ironic. Like even making love you can't. Even if somebody's like making love.
Ugh.
Even like the fact that it's like irony is just disgusting.
It made my stomach turn. Every time
really?
you say it, it gets worse.
Man, I'm learning so much about you.
I know.
It's
Wait, how
nice.
long have y'all been together?
Like 6 months. No, 11 years.
11 years.
Right, 11 years. We don't know
Put-ins
because we
and
try not to
Marx's
pay
put-ins.
attention to how long we've been together.
I don't really pay attention either. I think it's
Because I don't want to know exactly because
Mhm.
I don't want to be like, oh God, we've been together for so long. We're only like a year off, I think, if any.
Yeah,
it might
well-
be 12.
I think it's 12. I'd have to go back. That's not sad. It's just kind of funny that I think the only piece of paper I have linking like me to where we first started hanging out
Uh-huh.
was when you wrote me a referral letter to my new potential landlord.
Oh, that's
when I
right.
was moving. And I think that was in like
That was 2012.
I think it was like 2014.
Oh, okay.
So I think we started hanging around 2012.
That's not a very good
That's what I'm
marker.
saying.
Yeah, that's
fantastic that's the vague marker.
it's
of-
the vaguest marker you can
This is
actually
so
put.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it's a recommendation letter. So you would have had to have known me for a certain amant of time.
Right, that's true.
to qualify to write
that.
it. Sure.
You
Yeah.
signed it too. That's your signature. I've tried to duplicate it. It's exactly the same way it was on that day. So I feel like it's maybe at least a year before that.
At least a year before
No,
that.
2 years before that. Because
Yeah,
I
that's what
remember
I'm saying.
sneaking over to your place.
All right, let's not figure it out.
Anyways,
We
okay.
don't
I'm
wanna
so
figure it
into
out.
this.
don't
I want to go all the way back. I'm so on board. I want to know how y'all met.
Oh God, do we?
Yes.
Well, we can talk in
later.
We can talk in vagueness.
In vagueness, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Is it
All
gonna
We're both finding ourselves
You just
backpacking through Europe.
So I was gonna say, is the answer prison?
yeah.
It's vague.
Yeah, one of us was in
We were in
prison.
a Colombian prison together, and
Did you
started
blush a
doing
little
open
bit?
mic. Huh?
Yeah. Did you do open mic in prison?
I blush. I don't know if I sweat first or blush first then sweat. Either
Okay.
way, it's a constant.
My mouth just went dry, so
See, there you go.
I know.
I love that.
Oh my God! And I put my gum on the end of
Passion.
my
So classy, but I do the same thing. At least you know where it's at.
I've got gum everywhere, all over the house.
Sometimes it's nice. A little thing you can do for yourself. I found is if you're chewing gum
Mhm.
and you have to get it out. Like sometimes I'll get on stage and I want to get rid of the gum.
I drop it in my water.
That's what he did
See?
last night and handed it to me and didn't tell
That's
me. So I was
fantastic.
like,
Yeah, but
what
I
the
gotta
fuck
tell
is in
somebody
the
it's in my
bottle?
water,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if it's in a cup, I drop it in the water. But if it's in the bottle, sometimes I'll leave it on just
Inside
right
the-
here.
Okay,
Yeah.
in the cap.
And it gives you like a little bit of like a. See, I don't ever brush my teeth, so anytime I can just have some mint,
just a mint.
Yeah.
Just a quick mint.
that's fine. Yeah.
It could have been a spitball for all I knew, though. I was looking at the bottom of the glass.
I remember I gave it to you without even thinking, and then you're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot. I
It's my
spit
gum.
my gum
yeah,
in there."
yeah. I'm a gum addict. I eat so much. I don't eat the gum, but
Well, you have
I
that
chew a lot.
xylitol gum, which is
it's good for your teeth.
It's good for your teeth.
supposed to-
right?
yeah. So I was gonna say clinically proven.
Suddenly
What?
you became a dental hygienist and I was here
Exactly.
for it. I was like, what else do I need to know?
He's very, very accomplished.
yes. I have accomplished to reschedule my dental cleanings 3 times in a row.
Yes, you have.
And no, I like her. She's nice.
Lois.
Lois, if you're listening,
She's listening while she's
Lois,
cleaning
if
somebody's
you're
teeth.
listening. It's like a Bowie song.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All
back
right,
to,
let's bring our guest up.
What are we doing today?
Oh, the topic of today, I was going to bring that up. I forgot, is holistic
Mm-hmm.
versus steroids when you're treating your atopic dermatitis.
Mm.
Because I am literally going through it as we speak. And so, we've done, this is episode 68, by the way, my birth year, 68.
Nice.
Yep.
Good number.
It is a good number.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to think of like what we could talk about. And I am definitely, well, we'll talk more about it when we bring the guest over. So I can show all my rashes and shit. Yeah.
I love how you like brought us into it and then you're like, no. And then I'll show you my rashes later.
Yeah. Well, I want to keep them guessing.
Suspense. I dig it.
All right.
I'm excited to get the guest over here and to hear what's going on.
I met this guest. I took a class in comedy when I very, very, very first started. And she was on a lot of the shows.
Pretty Funny Women.
Yeah, from Pretty Funny Women. And just was so blown away. She took
standout star. I'm not starting anything.
She actually took a piece of hair out on the stage and threw it, which I didn't even realize I did that last night. I mean, I did it, but not because I had my ponytail in. At the end of the night, I was just like, oh.
Don't you love that?
It's
so freeing. It's freeing
in so many ways.
It's so freeing.
But you took like your chicken cutlets out too, no?
No, that's also amazing. Another amazing, and I love her dearly. Another comic, but you're marrying us together, and I love her dearly. Julie McCullough, who used to be a Playboy Playmate, who I love and adore, and lives in Virginia now. And she was on Growing Pains. If you all ever watched Growing Pains back in the day,
I remember she started doing comedy.
Yes, Julie McCullough would take out her cutlets. These are real. God gave them to me. I got nothing to do with these. These are just sagging in real time, honey. These aren't coming out. So these are actually my real ones hitting the knees. No, Julie would pop out her chicken cutlets, and I loved it. And she and I both would take out our hair. Julie would take out large pounds of hair. I'd just take out my hair because I was sweating. Mine was functional. Hers was funny. Either way, it was fun.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's an expression.
It's
memorable for sure.
It is. Yeah, awesome. I felt expressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a breast.
Expressed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a motherly breast.
Nice improv.
Well done, you.
Oh, thank you. Those are good. And then, well done, you. That's another good one.
Thank you.
I like that.
And then I just go, thanks.
And scene.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's bring her out. She has her own show on.
It's on
A&E.
A&E.
And it's called
Find My Country Home.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
It's really, really cool. She has a podcast called What I Know So Far with, wait a second.
Karen Mills.
I knew Mills. Karen Mills.
Phenomenal comic.
Check it out.
Oh my God. I was confusing with someone else. Go ahead.
She was also just letting us know how they do the podcast, and it's fascinating. So I just want to let everybody know that we have conversations before the camera starts.
Yeah, that you don't even know about.
You know.
Oh, y'all.
Whatever. Yeah, it's unbelievable. We talk so much crap about everyone that we don't even know. But yeah, I'm excited. She's super funny. And one of the first comics I met out here as well, or remember seeing out here as well, super funny because I would go to some of the Pretty Funny Women shows, with the girl that I was dating at the time.
Right.
And it was super cool just to like meet new people and see people. And now that I know her now and see what she's doing, it's pretty cool. So
I'm looking at the clock going, this is a super, I want to bring her over while you're talking about her.
Well, I'm rambling and I realize that, but I also feel like 14 minutes is a good time to bring somebody on. And
perfect. You were holding, I'm
17 minutes away. No, 17 seconds away. But no, I'm excited. So let's bring her to the couch.
Coming to the couch, Trish Suhr.
Thank you.
I am so excited you're here.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to mention something that once we switched you guys is when, I don't remember how it came up, but we were talking about you, and this was years and years ago. Mm-hmm. And I remembered it because my boyfriend said that you were sexy.
Me?
Yeah.
I said that.
Thank you.
And at first I was a little bit like, but then I was like, you know what? That's cool.
But we're very welcome. I also saw the similarities, so that's what I was trying to convey.
I was about to say, Nikki's very sexy, and I find a lot of female comics that, and I hate saying female comics, but sadly we have to differentiate in this day and age.
Yeah,
because not all comics are sexy. No offense. But women, I think that's such a weird. Like we have this cool gig that we happen to do, and I think that. Thanks. You find any of us attractive, right?
Right. Yeah.
As we just said, the machine. No offense, Birdie, but when your shirt's off, different vibes. Different. It's
totally.
I also think it's really awesome that people find what we do sexy as comics in general.
A smart man will.
Yes, but I even think with men, like. Look at some guys that you're like, you would never land her if you weren't funny.
Absolutely.
So comedy in general is sexy.
Yeah.
And so I think, thank you. I think it's a double dip because there's sex appeal comes from being that smart, quick, funny, and then attractive. It's a bonus.
And I feel like for a long time, I would hear male comics saying that like they didn't find women who were funny sexy.
Get out of here.
I know. Well, this is the same,
we know.
the mentality.
Knock it off.
Yeah. Where are they now? Running a network? Probably.
Yeah.
Loser.
Keeping us all out of the
yeah.
gig.
Whatever.
That'll work.
We
It's
love
okay.
you. We
Network
love you.
television's dead.
Yeah.
That was not good.
Thank you for wearing your beautiful jammies, by the way.
When you said that, I was like, okay, first of all, I don't sleep with clothes on.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I sweat like Fat Elvis. I'm going through perimenopause.
Oh, so sorry.
So I sleep with like, as least amount as possible. And then I was like, oh, if I do wear clothes, it's all black, which is so boring.
No, but it looks really good with your hair and your skin.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then I threw on a cover up because my other robe looks like, if I wore the real robe that I wear, it looks like Blanche's headboard from Golden Girls. I know that's painfully specific.
Now I need to
and
go
you're going to
look it
Google
up.
it, and it's just big palm leaves, palm
Oh,
print.
I like that though.
So it just didn't go with black. So I wore this. So I felt like Mrs. Roper.
I love a roper. I love a roper look. I have so many of these
I love
super cheap
this.
synthetic.
Don't you love it though?
Yeah, it's terrible for the ecosystem.
Mhm.
Irresponsible
Yeah,
things that I
But
purchased.
if you keep it for a long time,
I'm going to keep it forever.
That's right, and it's never going to biodegrade, so someone else is going to get it.
That's so true.
That's very thoughtful.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, giving somebody a cotton gift after 1,000 years is completely nothing.
It's just
What are you gonna do?
a bag of powder.
Yes, how unthoughtful! It's
Right.
going to disintegrate on them, but that's going to last forever.
And so is the smell that it maintains in there.
Amazing, isn't
Yeah,
that nice?
yeah.
It's kind of like dry wicking. Anytime I get dry wicking workout clothes, I'm like, where does the smell go? If it's staying away from my person, where's
Where's
it
it
actually
going?
going?
That's a really good
In
question.
the fabric for life?
Absolutely. Yeah. After a while, they start. When I was very out of shape, I would wear them because they used to hug my body and it would make the
You
fat
used
go
to wear
away.
like a spank?
Yeah, like a spank. And then I wear
I'm
it
just learning
constantly.
this, I know.
I love
And
Amazing.
well, I'm opening up to
I
been
like
in-
the vulnerability. Come on.
Thank
He's
you.
been in therapy.
But he's,
I'm
I'm talking outside of
You
the
just
person.
became third person. I
I
love
did.
this.
That's the way. That's why people do it because technically he didn't say it.
He didn't
Oh,
say
right.
it. He's not responsible.
He's not responsible at all.
That's right.
You're not responsible.
No, it's his prerogative. So,
He's
but I would
prerogative.
wear them and I wear them constantly. And I thought that it made me like not sweat as well. But like then after a while, I took it off one time and I went to pick it up after it dried and it was like almost solid.
Yeah.
Like
in a
under
stiff
the
state.
armpit.
Yeah.
It was all like like the salt was there from the
Oh,
sweat.
the salt,
And,
right.
and I was like, oh, this is probably not.
You
it's
stand
just-
it up in the corner.
Yeah, it's like 100% polyester.
my
so
God.
of course it's going to wick
Not
everything.
breathe.
It won't breathe.
He's a sweater as well.
Yeah.
I'm a sweater too. On stage, I sweat. I have to usually wear either all black or
Mhm.
I have to wear something sleeveless. And I've always worn dresses on stage because I simply sweat.
Have you tried the pads that you put in your shirts?
I've done it all. I've
Really? It
done
doesn't work?
Botox in the armpits.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
I'm like Robin Williams level sweat. Like I really do.
Oh,
I've
wow.
always, it's always been that way. It's why I'm like, give me an ice cold theater. Like I love when people come to my shows and like, it's chilly. I'm like, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Bundle up, sis. I know it's Tampa.
It also
Absolutely.
keeps them awake
Yes,
too.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm running it like a casino.
That's perfect. Take away the clocks.
Yes.
Add some oxygen.
Cold air, honey. Maybe a sweet little cocktail server. Give them a little
Yeah.
extra. I'm here for it.
That's
so
what they would
good.
say. They were. I remember growing up. I remember growing up in comedy scene in Tampa. It was low ceilings, hard seats, cold room.
Oh, hard
It was-
seats. I hadn't thought
Yeah,
about
it
that.
was
Yeah.
because you
You
don't
don't
want people
want
getting
comfortable.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't get comfy.
No, God, no.
No.
When they put couches into some of the clubs that we've been in lately.
Yeah, nope. Because then you start it's like, I call them Quaalude couches.
Oh,
You'll just
yeah.
watch people
Mhm.
start to sink back. And then they think about like, I need snacks. And then they get like weird snacky food. And then they're not paying attention to you.
No, they got fajitas coming.
That's right. There's a sizzling situation and they don't want you.
they don't want you.
Going in with a pan. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like a skillet.
Yeah, you're like 1 second, not odd in comedy at all. What's the oddest comedy situation you've had to work in? Like weird, where you go, I have to continue telling jokes through this. Not unlike the show we had to do the other night with the lights out.
Oh,
my
that's
God.
right. That does go on the list for
We
sure.
worked
Yes.
in the dark. I was like, and welcome to Los Angeles. Like it's always a crapshoot. No matter how long you've been in this business.
Mhm.
Just being in like a pool alley with no microphone. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that might be tough.
What's yours?
Laundromat.
Laundromat's
Laundromat's
yeah.
a toughie because you really do have to. And I have a raspy voice naturally, so
Yeah.
to project over jeans clicking in a dryer.
Oh my God, they're all button flies.
It's like literally sounds like gunshots. You're like, sweet. That punchline landed. You're like,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
how about you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this was a crab shack in the middle of Florida, where no one paid attention. Everybody was just eating crab and breaking like just everything up, breaking like, like all the crab legs were busted. Everybody's dipping, everybody's talking, and I'm just sitting here telling jokes. I'm doing a Bill Clinton impression. It's already going to fail.
Did a Bill Clinton impression.
I didn't know I did
You're learning
either.
so much about each other today.
I know, and I love that there's still more to learn.
Me too. I'm here for all of this.
Do you feel like that about your hub?
Yeah, well, he's second husband, so we're really learning a lot about each other, which is great.
Yeah.
We've been together, we're on 5 years, married 4.
Congratulations.
5.5. Thank you.
Very cool.
So yes, you learn something new all the time. When it's a second husband, that first spouse, you're like,
I got you
I
down.
should have paid attention a little more, but it's fine. He's got a new wife too.
I thought maybe you learned too much, but yeah.
No, it's when you start going, I'm sorry, I'm not listening to you. Oh, I probably shouldn't be here. That's a real,
that's one of the 4
spouses.
It's one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, I say, like in the Gottman there. We're in couples counseling. I don't know why I stuttered when I said it.
But only because we have to.
Only because we can't be together.
Okay. No.
Yeah, as a court-ordered couples.
It wasn't judgment, but not from like a federal or like judicial.
There was definitely some judgment.
Yeah.
I forget what I was
saying.
Gottman. Oh, Oh, yeah. Stonewalling is that one. Stonewalling and what's the other? Another one is
defensiveness.
No, it was.
I'm learning.
What do you call it when you just
gaslighting?
Contempt.
Oh, contempt.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like somebody says something to me, and then I just go.
Oh yeah.
Roll my eyes, and that's you have contempt. Now you don't even give a shit what the other person's talking about. You already hate them.
Yes. And I heard anytime someone's talking to you and for anything, it could be like, hey, honey, look, there's a hummingbird and I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
That's a bid for attention.
Yes.
So if you don't give that bid for attention, it's like a slippery slope to hell.
That's what on there too.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I don't remember which one it's called, but yeah, it's like if you just go, oh, okay, cool. Anyways.
Yeah, I've got to get better at that. I'm a Capricorn and I married an Aries. So it's a goat and a ram. Yeah. Are you a Capricorn?
He's
Mark?
an Aries.
You're an Aries. I love an Aries. I married one. And so they're the best. But at the same time, I'm a goat and he's a ram.
Oh, shit. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of who's got to be the king of the hill. And I've had good training because my mom was an Aries. So is she still here with us? I say it like she's dead. No, she's here. She's just a lot. And so I've been trained on that energy.
Yeah.
So you have to really know how to not disrespect them. What are your all signs?
I'm a Capricorn as well. What's your birthday?
Nikki, December 30th.
Oh, you're very close. I'm January 3rd.
Oh, you get it. See, and I love a January cap
I love all women Capricorns.
Me too.
But especially in that little window.
It's that pocket because we're a little extra tenacious because we were born like 5 days after Jesus. Everybody kind of gets popped. I don't care where you fall. But just that whole chunk of time where you almost don't exist.
You don't exist. And then New Year's.
Yeah. And my brother's January 17th.
Oh man.
So he got the double dip of like, he's a Cap, but still.
You always get the double presents too?
No, we didn't even get that much. People didn't love us like that. We get what we call unigifting. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. There you go. Like the dual gifting of like, we just made it one.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We bought you this
one thing.
Consider this your Christmas and your birthday present.
Yes, there was never 2 gifts.
No.
Yeah. It was okay, then you get it.
Yeah,
as I got older, I got things people didn't feel like returning. So you'd be like, why'd I get a foot spa? I'm 8. So awkward. Thank you so much. I was the only kid with like weird neck pillows, foot spas. Like, huh? That's what I got. And as I got older, my friends, because I didn't have kids, that wasn't my bag. I just felt like it wasn't for me. And I'd get like Hello Kitty toasters as a grown ass woman, like where you Hello Kitty's face sears on the toast. It actually,
I kind of like that, but yeah,
it's sweet. But when you get 3, you're like, okay, who got
when
lazy?
You get 3,
how much toast can one person eat?
Apparently, they think I'm a big carb loader.
Yeah,
so
sourdough is really good. I gotta say,
sourdough
is fantastic.
And if you
go through well, I do, but you enjoy it too.
I enjoy it too.
Did you know if you kept it in the freezer, it is almost gluten-free?
That's what I've been hearing. And also I thought it was less glycemic if you put it in the freezer and then cook it, or toast it or whatever.
100%. Same with pasta. If you let pasta cool and then reheat it the next day, it actually...
We're doing that every day for the rest of our life.
So is it when you put the sourdough in the freezer, is it because it adds like moisture to it, and then when you...
Forgive me for not knowing the actual scientific term, but whatever happens to the actual yeast in the freezing, it can't be quote unquote celiac, free. It's not celiac proven. It's not gluten free in that term, but it is close to as clean on a low glycemic level that you're not having a reaction to it. So if you're someone that has gluten intolerance, Clearly not celiac. Again, I'm board certified.
Not a doctor.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Clearly nothing. I used to be a licensed mortician, but I let that lapse. So, we'll cover that later. Different skincare all the way around. But if you do that, it will actually not have any very low glycemic issues with your body. So
that's really cool.
Really cool.
I love that tip.
I'm nerdy about that stuff.
I am about the
sugars,
blood sugar raising. And my mom was always like, oh, by the way, she's pushing vitamins. My mom's a vitamin-aholic a little bit.
That's great though for you.
I would get 30 vitamins every single day as a kid.
But look at your skin.
Oh, that's nice thing. And she kept me out of the sun. So I got to thank her for that.
You literally look like a unicorn.
Oh, you're sweet.
As we were just discussing Faye Dunaway. You have that Faye Dunaway skin, Nikki. You do.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
Look, I'm not getting paid to say this. I'm just saying stunning. So maybe there's something to your mom's vitamin pill pushing.
Oh, fuck.
I know. I'm sorry. Your mom was right.
I know. And Sandra's been trying to get me to take fish oil, and I wanted to save it until now. I took some and a vitamin D before we left today.
That's
Proud
great.
Of you. Have y'all tried Fatty 15?
No.
I don't make $1 off this, but y'all,
Yeah.
Fatty 15 is like it's the high end, and it doesn't have the fish oil taste, which that's the hard part because when you're burping up fish oil,
that's what I was going to say.
It's
Yeah.
the worst.
Satan, get behind me. It's the worst, especially when you're like, oh, let's go get ice cream. You're like, oh, I just burped up fish oil. Gross. So I say that to say Fatty 15 are all the fatty omegas that you need. And the pill is so tiny.
Really?
Game changing though. My skin has stayed so much more hydrated. Like I just go back from Mexico. Usually I'll come back and I do the flake up. And I wear all the SPF. I keep my face out of the sun. There's something to, and it could be purely placebo.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, there's something in this Fatty 15. Just Google Fatty 15, y'all.
We're gonna buy it for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I need to get some new fish oil because my doctor says that my triglycerides are too high. So
get on this Fatty 15.
And I'm not going to buy her. She
said that ours shit.
She says ours don't work. We have to come in and buy hers.
Didn't she say they were literally?
She says those are shit. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
But she sells her own, she sells her own, like not her own brand, but like definitely she buys them. And, yeah.
She makes her own fish oil.
She makes her own label. She's at home making salmon oil. She's in there just like, get the soca, and we're just, could you imagine cold pressing it?
Cold
pressing fish.
Poor
guy. Her house smells amazing.
That explains so much about her.
She's just barefoot squat, just standing on halibut.
What is it? Like wine?
Lucy
like wine,
and the grapes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you first think? That's what I think when
Absolutely.
It's how I used to think olive oil was made. And then I learned that it's actually like literally pressed, but because of I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Sure, there's somebody just pressing olives
with the nicest feet
and darling skin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
The benefits of stepping on olives.
Okay, so I was going to say with the fish oil, it is one of the holistic treatments to the atopic dermatitis that we'll get to.
Let's discuss this, please. And for the folks like me who are laymen, what is atopic dermatitis?
Perfect, because it's right on the notes. Don't look at it. I'm going to pretend like it's there.
It just came to you.
So, and I even wrote, so atopic dermatitis, what is that?
What is it?
It is a common condition that affects about 230 million people around the world. It's like dry skin, itchy skin, cracked skin. This is atopic dermatitis.
Okay. Oh, you doll.
I don't know what it's coming from.
Beautiful, clear, magical skin.
I'm so glad that it doesn't come up here, though. This doesn't crawl up to my face. So I was
about to ask, is it region specific? Can it show up? I've got all the questions. I realize you're not board certified in anything.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
I keep that, and I'll say allegedly a lot.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. I know you can tell I've grown up in a family with legal people. So does atopic dermatitis, it is different than eczema?
They're both in the category of atopic dermatitis.
Okay, great.
So it's like psoriasis, eczema, whatever this is, I don't know.
So have you eaten anything out of?
I can't. I mean, we went over it. So when you go to a dermatologist, usually they only want to treat the symptom.
I know it. Listen, I love my dermatologist. I've gone to him since Christ was a child. And I'm going to give y'all a cautionary tale because I still go to him and he's over in Beverly Hills and he's darling and he looks like Richard Gere.
Oh.
And I love him. I love him. Sweet Dr. Rivkin. I know you're not listening to this because you don't even know what a podcast is, but I love you. And I love him. And so I had really bad acne when I would say about from 25 to 28. Wretched, cystic, horrible.
Like here, down here or everywhere? Oh my God.
Whole sheeted back from the back of my neck all the way down my back. I had to lean forward to drive. It started creeping up on my neck. It was on my face. And of course, imagine starting out in comedy and not wanting to go on stage because my face, it not only was it was the evil underneathers, I call them, the ones that like, not everybody, it's not like what we think of as traditionally hard looking acne. It was horrible big cysts.
It's cystic acne. Yeah.
Come to find out, I went on Accutane, by the way, which is horrible for your body, for your skin, everything. It's one of the, like, I don't even know if they prescribe it anymore. It's like a last ditch attempt. Horrible thing to be on. I was on the dose because they dose it for your height and your weight and your sex, not for like, oh, here's some Accutane, let's go a milligram. So I was on the dose for a 6 foot, 200-pound man.
Oh my God.
I'm 5'2" and I'm a small person. So to just get it out of my system. So it was horrible for my gut microbiome, everything, for my entire body.
Yeah.
Come to find out, I'm allergic to dairy. I'm not just allergic to lactose. I'm allergic to casein, which is the protein in dairy.
Oh, right.
So butter, anything that's outside of cow.
Wow.
I can eat beef, but I can't have any form of dairy, butter, cream, whey, any
derivative
cream,
of
any
it.
derivative.
Okay.
The second, 5 days, in 5 days of going off dairy, and by the way, y'all, I'm Southern. I love a ranch. I love a cheese. Like, so you have to understand, I'd have rather had somebody tell me, you're allergic to your parents. You'll never see them again. Like, great. But cheese and dairy.
At least you can eat cheese, yeah.
Yeah, and I've never done drugs in my entire life. To get off dairy in every form, I assume, is like kicking black tar heroin. And I'm not lessening what it is to come off drugs, but truly getting off dairy 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Because there was none of the options we have right now. It was Rice Dream in a weird box at Trader Joe's. That's all I had that was an alternative. So in 5 days of going off of it, everything, it was shocking how quick my skin cleared up. I had never in my life had skin where people would come up to me and go, oh my God, I wish I had your skin. In a matter of 6 months, people come up to me and go, oh my God, you have the prettiest skin. And the first time it ever happened, I started bawling.
Aww.
I know. I was over in Santa Monica and I just busted in this tears. And this woman was like, what's wrong with you? And I thought, oh my gosh. And that for me was the hardest thing to get off of. Changed my life. Changed my life. So I'm asking, have you done the like full take everything out of your diet?
No, not yet. Maybe I should try that. I don't know if I eat a lot of dairy, but there definitely is some
if
dairy
it's in dairy,
yeah,
it could be
butter, I think I
nightshades, for
probably
God's
eat.
sakes. Tomatoes, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah, it could be any category of things. But that's why I love doing the show, is because having people like you on it who are giving these sort of examples. I will ask now somebody, if someone comes to me and I'm doing a facial, have you tried getting off dairy?
I swear. And a lot of people will say to me, oh yeah, being lactose intolerant is rough. I'm like, here's a crazy pro tip. I am not lactose intolerant. I am allergic to casein. And I was like, what? When they told me, I go, what in the hell is casein? I'd never heard of what?
Is it an amino acid?
It is the, and forgive me again, not a scientist, branch chain. It's their branch chain amino in what happens to the cheese, the protein when it becomes outside the body dairy.
Okay.
Basically. So I can eat beef, no problem.
Oh.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Don't really a lot, but I can't have when dairy, a byproduct of a cow that isn't.
That's come from the nipple.
Yep. Can't have it because the casein protein is what my body just can't process. So it pushes it out our skin, which is our largest organ, as fast as it can.
Yeah.
So that's where I found it out. But it also could be something wacky like your laundry detergent or a dryer sheet.
Well, that's what they asked me. And they said, do you have cats? But we've had cats for, ever. But yeah, I'm going to have to start going through it because they prescribed me this, which is a steroid.
That got to my home. Yeah, don't do it.
I hate it. I had to put it on. I was waking up in the middle of the night and it itched so bad. It was like keeping me awake. And this one is, what is it? I can't read it.
Hydrocodone? I got you, girl.
Yeah, hydrocodone.
No, we wish it was hydrocodone. It's I can't do that. Triminocycline. Yes, I can.
And so that was good, actually. Yeah. So you had the side effects brought up.
Well, I had the side effects put up. So basically, it's like a lot of itching, rash, but the main thing is
which is already what I have. That's the side effect of this.
That's the side effect of using it?
It could be.
Oh, me.
Yeah. So what I almost feel like just say that it doesn't relieve itching. Just say that it relieves
itself.
But I'm not saying because if it causes, so it's burning, itching, irritation, dryness. When it's first applied, but it should go away after the first few days or whatever. But there's also like it's a triamcinolone acetate.
Oh, good for
and
you.
that's
that was
like
better.
He used to work in a pharmacy.
I used to be a pharmacy technician.
Y'all are a perfect match.
And I do love drugs.
I used to steal so many pills, but there's we're not sponsored by a pharmacy
or drugs.
Or drugs. What a darling sponsor that would be.
Right.
That'd be incredible.
GlaxoSmithKline. Y'all would listen, Mark, your studio would get a real big upgrade. Just saying. Not that it's not darling.
Yeah, we have some samples of Percocet.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. What a time.
Yeah, right.
This took a turn.
This
podcast just got really
What
good.
do you mean opioids are in vapes? You can vaporize opioid? That's crazy.
What Mark, what are you saying?
We have other medications.
Yeah, there's a lot of weed, by the way. If you're weed friendly, we have...
Do you know I never in my entire life had done anything other than a Tylenol and one Vicodin once when I had a tooth pulled.
Oh my God.
Until I met my now husband. So when you get you an old rocker... and he gave me a weed capsule.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Unbeknownst to me, thinking that would calm me down in a situation. Unfortunately, it was 3-to-1 THC to CBD.
Oh, okay.
So I thought I was having a heart attack and dying, and I wanted to call 911.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to talk me off that ledge because I'd never been high and he was like, "Oh,
you were too high,"
but I had never been high.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Not even
in
at
my
all.
life, yes. And I went, "I'm going to prison." Nancy Reagan made me sign a contract. Like I went down a ditch of a road that I was like, "You've got me on gateway drugs. What has happened to my?"
Oh my God! When you get stoned and mention Nancy Reagan,
Thank you.
You know
It was
your
like,
party.
What's happened to you? You have lived a life.
Oh my
I know.
God, terrifying.
That is wild.
Wait, I still have more dermatitis questions to bring it on back.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. So
when did it act up?
When this started up, probably like a month ago.
A month.
And then it came a few years ago. It happened all across my chest, and I thought maybe it was a nickel allergy because I had used one of those rollers with the little
yes.
derm rollers or whatever. And then I have a necklace, and I have another bra that has a clasp here and a clasp here and a clasp here, and I covered it up with makeup today, but there's another one here. So I'm thinking it might be the metal. So I'm going to lay off the metal anywhere on my.
And what about, is it only on your décolleté?
Yeah, it's only from here to here currently. And it, last time it came up my neck a little bit, but sometimes I wonder if it's like a lymph thing. Like,
I was just about to ask if you've had a lymphatic drainage massage.
Yeah, I need to have one. And I do that for facials, but I need to have like a full body one.
Yes, you need to go to Tox. And again, not sponsored.
Yeah.
They're great.
And they'll do that?
Yeah, they're
I
great.
love that.
They're over in
I heard you can
everywhere.
get skin tags from having lymph
You can.
build up. And I have a skin tag right there.
You need to get over for a full body detox, but then be gentle with yourself. Have you done a celery juice cleanse? Like blend,
No.
like celery's gross.
Yeah.
No shade to celery, but when you do a celery, it literally will push all those toxins too.
Okay.
So you might want to do like a weekend, like a 3-day, like
Yeah.
you start your day that way, lemon juice and celery.
But you
well,
have
you
other
do
things
like an
to eat.
ambrosia salad with the celery. I just want to make full
I
disclosure
love
of
an
celery.
ambrosia salad.
It's just, it's stevia and sweetened with yogurt, dried cranberries, which is a little bit of sugar, but walnuts and chopped up apples and celery.
See, ours in Kentucky is nowhere near that healthy. I need a healthier version.
Oh,
of
no,
an
I like
ambrosia.
that version too with the marshmallows. And
Yeah, we just straight do Cool Whip because my grandma would be like, "Honey, that's dairy free." I'm like, "But it isn't even a food.
It's not even fun. Exactly.
I'm eating a toxin for sure. You could probably plug a tire with it." Like, but it's a yummy, and she puts grapes in hers.
Oh, it's so
Isn't that weird?
good though.
Grape and a celery and a walnut. What is that about?
What about did she put coconut in it ever?
No, that gets wild. You know, that gets exotic.
Yeah, that's true.
That's adjacent for Kentucky. What has she done?
Yeah.
Tropical.
And she- I was gonna
What's
say-
next? Pineapple on pizza.
I know.
I don't like a pineapple.
I
on
don't
pizza.
either, but I
Okay, good.
love your pizza earrings.
Oh, thank you.
Those
Thank
were
you very
precious.
much. I appreciate that.
Your whole vibe. I'm here for the whole vibe, Nikki.
I'm here for your whole vibe as well. Well, that's why I asked you.
This is Roper fun.
I
Thank you.
I could tell your vibe before I saw the robe, though.
Thank you. When we did Comedy in the Dark,
That's the name of the show now.
wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, Comedy in the Dark.
Comedy in the Dark, and you have to guess the comic, much like Smartless.
Oh, I like that.
That's great.
And you'd have to figure out who that comic is.
Yeah.
Because we don't do well in the dark, comedians as a whole. So it'd be really funny how fast that comic would work to get you to know who they are. So they'd be like, turn the lights on.
Yeah, what's that other show? The Masked
The
Singer.
Masked Singer. Same
Yep.
thing, Comedy in the Dark. Fox, if you steal this, I will come for you. I have great legal counsel.
Trust her. Okay.
We're not sponsored by Fox.
We are not
We're
sponsored
not
by
sponsored by
anything.
Fox.
So,
We're
they
going to
can't
get
see
there,
us.
Mark, though, because that's where we're headed for this whole joint.
So I'm going to try and look up some. So we talked about what's the atopic dermatitis. Talked about the symptoms. Natural oils. Okay, so natural oils. We just did an episode on black seed oil.
Ooh,
And
tell me about black seed oil.
Black seed oil is very anti-inflammatory. But it treats like hundreds of different ailments in your body, whether it's digestion, it's anti-gas, it's good for your skin. It helps to protect the barrier.
Do you do topical or ingest it?
You can do both.
Oh.
I haven't been, it's kind of peppery, so I haven't been really eating it, but you can do little small spoonfuls of it.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been doing it topically, and it helps with the itching a little bit.
I love this.
I put it on restless legs. Tea tree oil might be a little bit harsh.
Okay.
I'm thinking because it's a little drying.
Like, can you mix it? And
maybe,
have
yeah. Maybe with like a jojoba oil or something like that.
I love that. And what about a castor oil? Because I use castor oil
Dude,
for everything.
Castor oil, that wasn't even on the list, but the castor oil is amazing.
I swear by it.
You can put it on your eyelashes and makes them grow.
I put it everywhere at night. I put it right above on my right side, basically to cleanse the liver externally every night. Organic. It's got to be like.
Do you like a pack? Like a castor oil pack?
I have a pack, but I just have a junky t-shirt I wear before I sleep without clothes on. So I wear this t-shirt that I don't care if it's gone to hell, because truthfully, really good castor oil, it absorbs real good, goes into and forgive me for not knowing the technical terms, but in the dermis like almost immediately. So it doesn't feel.
It's not so viscous and like a motor oil.
Thank you.
What is what qualifies it as being better than another?
It's the same cold press without all the funky. I think we all know when you've bought an oil and you're like, this feels like baby oil, like Jinky olive oil, where you're like, this isn't doing much. And excuse me, oil. Sorry, oil. My Kentucky shows very quickly if I'm not paying attention. Oil, and so it's just a thicker. And it does have that thicker feel, but for whatever reason, when you're rubbing it in, it almost goes away instantly, which I find very interesting, because I have bought less quality castor oil, and it's like it's still lingering.
I think that's what I have. Yeah, and it also came in a plastic bottle, which is always bad.
It's got to be a brown. Yeah, it's got to
be glass
and brown.
Yeah,
usually.
and brown exactly,
or dark blue. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the dark blue bottles.
It's chicer.
Yeah. Sunflower oil is another one.
Oh.
And it helps to protect the skin barrier.
I'm learning something new.
I learned. I mean, every episode I learn stuff because I have to come up with something to talk about.
Well, you're killing it.
Well, you know the basics of it. I
don't know the specifics though.
I love this. So I'm curious too about you backing out your diet.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it is something you're ingesting or has been in your environment that's so small that you're going to go, dang it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try that. Like, so you just pull one thing out. And then
you do one a week. That's what I had to learn. It was one of those things that I thought, I actually did a morning show this 15 years ago. Actually, it's been probably 17 years ago now that I've been off dairy. I was doing Good Day LA, and I was with a nutritionist that morning, and this is Hollywood, a makeup artist. They were doing touch-ups, and she was like, coming at I had a huge cyst on my chin. And of course, I'm already self-conscious about to go on air. And she kept like overbeating it with powder. And I was like, I'm good. And she's like, well, there's not much more I can do. Your face just looks like this, were her exact words.
Oh, how sweet.
And I thought, I'm going to crawl and ditch and die. Thank you so much. Because I don't work in a TV medium. I was like, like this isn't, I can't go hide. I have to go walk out now and be smiley on camera. And she walked out of the room to go get coffee. And this nutritionist that was on next, who was precious, said, don't listen to her. You look stunning. And I was like, you're kind. I know you can see this from here. And when it's on you, you feel like it's worse than it is. But she said to me, do you eat dairy? And I was like, I'm Southern, was my response. I thought, are you crazy? Of course I eat dairy. Yeah. And then I said, of course, yes, I eat dairy. And she goes, may I suggest, she goes, if you go off it, just if you can give it a week.
So she was the one that told you.
And she goes, I almost would guarantee that where the type of acne it is from dairy. And she was, just give it a week. And if it's not, just then pull something else out.
Yeah.
And I did. And when I tell you, it was like 3 days. By day 5, amazing. By day 7, I was so aggravated that's like everything was going down, because my entire back was like sheeted. You can't even imagine it. It was like welted.
That's so horrible.
Painful as well. Like
painful.
That,
horribly painful. And that's I would get so many steroids shot into my body. I probably could have been the Incredible Hulk and moved a car.
The Incredible Hulk of inflammation.
Of inflammation. All moving.
Anti-inflammatory.
Yes. She's enraged and inflamed. But I'm eating ranch.
Yeah. You win.
Yeah. You just don't want to admit when it's that. So yeah, if you just eliminate one thing a week.
I'm going to try it.
And then just start checking on it.
Also, I heard that I actually have experienced it when you use. I also have some seborrheic dermatitis on my head, which causes some alopecia. And so I'm fighting that at the same time. I'm pretty sure they're connected.
Yes.
And stress can also cause them to come out. But I just got the shots in my head again of Kenalog, which I hate because sometimes I get divots in my head because these.
You didn't tell me you saw Kenny Loggins.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was in the danger zone.
You said you went. You son of a gun.
That's another one. You son of a gun.
Yeah. You son of a gun. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I got the thumbs up from Mark. But yeah, I've had them before and I've had the shots before, and there was like literally like a divot in my head for a really long time because it can thin your skin.
Oh, honey, no.
I know, but
have you read the book, The Medical Medium?
No.
Oh, my Lord. Well, follow him on Instagram immediately.
Okay.
Have you read it?
Oh, wait. Is he the guy that talks about the celery juice?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Then I haven't read the book, but I will check it out.
I have the book. I have all his books, but Medical Medium.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, this is a food issue. I'm completely unqualified on every level to say this.
Every time it gets worse and worse.
Allegedly, this is a food allergy.
I'm completely uneducated. Yeah.
I'm completely uneducated. Well, I've had to deal with it so much in my own life, and I realized I feel so bad when anyone's in discomfort that we can all go kind of track it back, and all the crap in our food anymore now.
Yeah, that's very true.
You have to go back and go, okay, well, how clean can I eat, and what's it going to cost me? Because now it's going to be like $10 million to eat normal. I can't. You're like, no wonder it's easier to eat junky food because it's so convenient. Although now
it's everywhere.
I was on the road doing the show and I had to eat in the middle of our beautiful country, and I had not eaten fast food, y'all. I don't eat fast food. Like I'd rather not eat. I'd rather not eat, and that's the truth. I'm like, I look like I'm always on Survivor. There's like a bag of nuts in my bag. I'm like, oh, she's foraged an apple with an organic sticker. That's me. And I thought I hadn't eaten. I hadn't eaten all day. I was like, I have to go finally eat. The only option in this town was fast food. And I went to what was the healthiest option. Y'all, it was $23 for fast food.
What?
Fast food is no longer cheap, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I was in the middle of Georgia. This was not like I was in San Francisco or, insert big. No, I was in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. And this normal meal, and I got an iced tea, unsweetened. Southerners don't.
I was going to say sweet tea.
I got an unsweet tea.
Wow.
$23. And I thought, what is happening to fast food? It's no longer the cheap option for people.
You used to be able to just pay for it out of the change that was in your,
that's right.
in your cup holder.
Exactly right. Maybe at a Taco Bell you can still get by. But I was just shocked. And I got like a normal meal. It wasn't like I got some hoop-de-doo.
No, and the food quality hasn't improved.
Oh my gosh. It was, we've got to get it better in this country. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole.
No, it's so true. I mean, I feel like when we were kids, probably the French fries were actually potatoes.
They were probably, I said potatoes.
They were
potatoes.
Now they're partatoes.
Now
I don't know what the hell they are.
We don't know what they are.
That's what they call them.
They are partatoes.
Part tato and part plastic. Part tato
and part plastic.
Yeah.
They are partay something.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So true. So I'm on team. Now I'm invested, Nikki. I need to know.
Every time we have an episode, it seems like somebody comes on that has something going on or has suffered through something that we're going to end up talking about. So this is just so fortuitous.
It's very nice
that you
the connection people have.
Yeah, and it really is.
Well, everything's by, nothing's by accident.
That's true.
Everything's lined up.
It was organic. Yeah.
It's organic.
We were supposed to see each other at the
we
room.
We are more similar.
But we couldn't see each other because the lights were out.
That's right. We were supposed to not see each other at the bourbon room. Yeah.
It was great not seeing you at the bourbon room.
It was great not seeing you either.
We didn't have lights. Yeah. I'm here for Comics in the Dark, by the way, y'all. We're going to take that meeting Thursday, the three of us at Fox.
Oh my God.
Comics. We should also do cosmic comedy.
What's that?
Like instead of cosmic bowling where the chefs every comic has to wear something
like
neon.
Tron.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, like Tron.
Yes.
Tron comedy.
Yep, I love it.
I would be tickled to death. My entire childhood would come circling back if I was in some day glow. Almost like Rainbow Bright.
Yeah.
But not.
Yeah, you're Trons.
We're Trons. Tron comedy.
Like Trons. I was trying to say like transgender.
Transgender. Yeah. I'd be thrilled if a transgender person was on our show and we had all the alleys on the bowling lane that were like, you had a comic in each alley and you just, their lights go on, their lights go up. I have completely taken it a whole nother level.
I love it. And I love it. And if somebody says this comedy is not for me and be like, I got one that's right up your alley. and then we bring somebody over, and then see, yeah.
I bump my mic from laughing so
Yeah.
hard.
I'm already on strike from that suggestion. So
Okay,
right.
nice.
I'm trying.
You
Thank
turkey.
You for the AO.
You took it out of my mouth. We're
Yeah.
so good.
One to spare.
One to spare. Yeah.
I'm not fast enough, y'all.
Oh my God,
Well-
you're so fast. I'm like, holy shit. Try to come up with something.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's my other one. Holy shit. Try to come up with
Oh,
something.
that's a good one.
That's a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good one. That one, people will be like, "Oh, I do that,"
Yeah.
and then you connect with somebody in the audience.
It gives you some time.
Relatable.
Relatable.
Mhm.
Well, okay. So let's get a few more. Acupuncture.
Love acupuncture. I have a great lady in Studio City if y'all need her.
Okay.
She'll probably clear it up Tuesday. She's Russian.
Oh my
I love
God.
her Russian. Then they tell you, listen, I used to run, the entire neuroplasticity center in, insert city here. And now I just have this acupuncture place here. And I'm like, what? She's cured so many things on me.
Really?
I'll give you and she's not expensive. Elena.
I
she's
want
amazing.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
I want it all.
done.
I want it all.
Neuroplasticity is also like a word that what's that?
Cognition.
Like yeah,
Yes.
right. What?
Mm.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah, you just sent me a whole bunch of stuff like
Mhm.
when I was getting my lips tattooed.
About the
About
neuroplasticity.
and,
Yeah.
like by taking mushrooms and stuff like that.
It does. It helps with the cognition and it helps unlock things in your neuroplasticity.
And separate the two things so that the
Yes.
grooves of your stupid thoughts don't keep going like this.
That's exactly right.
So that's what I need, a little bit of that.
I'm on that team too.
Yeah. Oh, good. So you actually, have you taken any kind of like,
Well, it's
microdose
funny.
mushrooms?
I did, which has been interesting because apparently I must have a stubborn brain because what affects other people and they're like, well, didn't you have an I'm like, nah, I felt nothing. Like everybody's like, were you in a better mood? I was like, maybe I'm just always in a good mood. And I'm not
you
trying
kind
to
of are.
toxic positivity it. But the
Mhm.
truth was I was like, I felt the same. They're like, you didn't feel unlike. I was like, nah, I felt the same. But maybe I just need
You just need a little boost.
higher dose up the ladder. Maybe what
yeah.
for me, I'm already at a certain, I don't know, natural situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Everyone's
Totally.
different. So for me, I'm going to have to find, I guess, a higher situation.
You're already psychedelic.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like a Care Bear. I was like, I don't know. I can shoot rainbow rays out of my abdomen. I don't know. I'll have to get a little higher to
Oh my God.
reach
Well, I don't know if it's the same thing with like psilocybin as it is with like weed, but like usually the first time somebody smokes weed, like my friends, whatever, we just
You don't get high.
You don't get high.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting.
It was kind of like that thing where it's almost like frustrating. You smoke more and you don't get high.
The first time I took mushrooms, though, I got pretty fucked up.
Well, I definitely felt it because
That's
it wasn't.
we used
It
to
was
take
something
big doses
so.
back then.
Okay,
The
all right.
monster dose.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
They were. Yeah, I wonder if I had taken like a micro dose back then, if it would have affected me as much.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I definitely felt it. So everybody has different levels where they start at.
That's true. Their
So,
tolerance
yeah.
is different.
Yes, which is interesting because I thought, oh my gosh, am I broken? Like, or everybody's like, you didn't have it. I was like, nah. Like, I just
Yeah.
kept going.
I say go up.
Yeah, I know, but I'm that child that bought into the Nancy Reagan just say no. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to be, there's gonna have to be a team of specialists that can watch me. Because what if I have a trip and the next thing I know, I'm running out thinking I'm Little Mermaid and can talk to the seagulls? Like that would be me. I'd be like, I can speak to everyone in the ocean, and I start talking and drown because my ass would. That would be like that's my fear that I think I was so connected.
That's a
I
horrible
feel like you feel that.
How'd she die?
I know.
She thought she had a dingle hopper to brush her hair and talk to Flounder, and we lost Trish.
How do you spell? Okay, hold on. Dingle
Hopper.
like it's just like a police report.
Yes.
In the police report.
Yeah.
She was brushing her hair with it was a fork, sir. It was a fork. You weren't in the Little Mermaid.
That's hilarious.
All right. So the next one, phototherapy. Never heard of this. Didn't know what it was. Wait, did I ever talk about the ocean one?
No.
Oh wait, is this the ocean one? This one, it's just it's plants and herbs. Let's see. I think I accidentally got rid of the phototherapy. There's one, and I can't remember if it's the phototherapy or not, where you go into, I don't know, maybe it's not this one, but there is another one where you go into the ocean, like, and then you come out, like, well, you have to come out, but eventually.
Unless you're me.
Get out of the.
But
stay in the water.
Yeah, in like specific intervals. Well, you're the Little Mermaid,
Little
so yeah,
Mermaid.
so it's
That's where I
perfect for
live
you.
now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's where I live now.
I've dosed just enough that I am of the sea.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the Dead Sea is supposedly very healing for your skin. I think there are a lot of salts and things. What are you giving me? The Mark is giving me. What's wrong? You don't believe in the.
Well, the Dead Sea's way too salty.
Oh,
Well, here,
no,
you
that's
could-
why it's good.
Could you get like and have you done an Epsom salt bath?
Not in a while.
Because that is all.
It
always-
draws stuff out of you.
So I was wondering if you did an Epsom salt,
Mm.
then
do that.
went and did a tox massage,
Mhm.
and so it's releasing the lymphs, and then just really do a celery juice cleanse after that.
Oh my God, that sounds so consuming.
I
if
know.
you
I'm
have-
sorry, but listen, I'm
know.
here to clear this up. I'm invested, Nikki.
You should see the bald spot I'm hiding underneath there.
Oh my darling, look. I'm telling you, this is an internal.
I believe you.
Food is medicine.
Yeah.
I'm that nerd all day long. Your skin is stunning. So you've done all the right things always. This is just a hitch in the giddy up. And have you ever read Louise Hay, Your Body Keeps Score?
It's so true.
Something's going on that
Yeah.
you aren't releasing. So that's
I
this
know, I'm trying to
next
figure out
episode.
what's over here. At least the heart's over here. So that's a good sign. I don't know.
Yes. That's
But-
something. Look, can I look it up? What is that?
Sure,
Is that your
yeah.
left shoulder?
It's my right. It's my right shoulder.
Your right
yeah.
shoulder. Okay. Listen, everybody.
A quick question while you're doing that
Yeah.
right there. If I had Epsom salt or any kind of like salt therapy,
Mhm.
what if you have high blood pressure? Could I take a Mrs. Dash bath? Could I just put Mrs. Dash in like just a couple spices?
Just a sodium-free sitch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
potassium chloride instead.
Ooh, that sounds good. Can we do
Oh,
that?
potassium chloride
And a little
bath.
And like-
MSG.
Well,
Soup.
Oh yeah,
just
can
soup.
I?
Stop.
Yeah, Campbell
Soup
soup is like
therapy.
Oh,
four-
better
yeah.
than bouillon.
Yeah,
That's the name of my next book. Better
beef
than bouillon.
Better than
bouillon
bouillon.
therapy. Better than bouillon.
Yeah, well, they put salt on. First of all, the
Mhm.
salt cleanses our body just in general. Like
Mhm.
you can cleanse your
Salt
crystals
scrubs,
with salt.
right? When
Yeah,
they-
salt
yeah.
scrub. Well,
Yeah.
it takes physically takes off the dead skin.
Yeah.
But salt is just very cleansing in general. And it pulls, like, you have to salt your tomatoes, you have to salt your eggplant.
Pulls
it draws
moisture.
the moisture out of it. So, I
Mhm.
mean, we're all made of the same.
And if you go for
stardust.
colonoscopy, they give you a very, very salty substance that
Made me shit in my
that
pants.
brings moisture into your intestines.
Yeah, I don't know
So
if you were
just
there
make
that
it full
night when I
circle.
talked about my
No.
shit pants episode.
I'm so sad I missed that. Oh.
Nikki, when you
okay.
had that thing on your right shoulder,
Uh-huh.
like what you have it right now,
Yeah.
it started, but then it started increasing, right? It
Yeah.
didn't just all of a sudden
It
like
started
it
like
wasn't
this
like one
big.
rash.
And then it just kind of crawled outwards.
Okay.
I'm on Louise Hay's site,
Uh-huh.
which this is interesting. Causes or symptoms, according to Louise Hay, is a good place to start if you're looking for how to heal your sitch. And this is, I'm making sure I'm reading the right one. Okay. No, I don't need your story, lady. Hold on. This was sorry.
Well, while you're looking for that, I wanted to mention that I am not someone that used to like to go to the dermatologist. But when I first started doing skincare, I would always tell people, don't overuse this, don't overuse
Mm.
that. But it's real convenient until, like, you get a little older and shit starts happening. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try it,
Yeah.
But I don't like it. I don't want to be on it. And I know it's not good for you.
I mentioned this before, but like their office is just they have giant crystal tubs full of Tootsie Rolls and like Jolly Ranchers.
They
It's
gotta
like
keep people
Keurig
there.
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's just,
They've got like, let's mess with the alkaline in your body
Mhm.
and give
Yeah.
you nothing but sugar. I just listened to, do you listen to Diary of a CEO podcast? Do you listen, Mark? It's okay. Everybody, I shouldn't be telling you to watch another podcast on a podcast,
please,
but I have a
please.
podcast. So listen,
Yeah.
his name is Stephen Bartlett. He's brilliant. And he's one of the biggest self-development podcasts in the world. He's from the UK. And he had Simon Cowell on.
Mm.
And I didn't know a dang thing about Simon Cowell other than America's Got Talent, American Idol, right? Like
Yeah.
not, and that he worked in the music business in some capacity,
Yeah.
right? Super vague about it. It's in the episode's 2.5 hours long, and it's beautifully shot. You can listen to it. It's DOAC when you look at stuff now, but Diary of a
Oh,
CEO.
cool.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So brilliant. But Simon Cowell is probably one of the most brilliant. Came from literally nothing to become who he was, and one of the hardest working people. But at the end of every episode, he'll usually ask somebody like, this is what's cool. At the end of every episode, the guest before leaves a question for the next guest,
Oh, I love
not
that.
knowing who they're leaving it for.
Yeah.
So you have no
Oh,
idea
wow.
who you're leaving
I
this
wanna
question
steal
for.
that. That's great. Yeah.
And the question was, if there was one thing you tell somebody to absolutely change their life tomorrow, what would it be? Simon Cowell,
That's a
right? And I
great-
thought, oh,
wow.
it's going to be some like work hard. But he goes, absolutely under no circumstances eat sugar.
It's so true.
And he goes, I know I sound crazy saying that, but he had a near-death experience where he almost died, which I didn't know about. In 2020, he got in a mountain bike accident and literally almost didn't walk again and almost
Oh my
died.
God.
And he had a really bad from alcohol and just eating sugar. He had a horrible inflammation in his body, and he got off it. And it's why he looks so vastly different now, as he's just like sort of a teetotaler where sugar is concerned.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, it changed my entire body. Because I'm a sugar junkie, so I have to be really...
I was a sugar junkie because my mom told me never to eat sugar.
Samesies. And so I'm over here mainlining it.
Yeah, so I would steal candy on the way to junior high, and I'd have a friend do lookout at Ralph's, and then I would take my backpack and fill it with like economy-sized bags of M&Ms, Starbursts, anything I could stick in there, and then we would just take off, and then I would eat that. And then I would have a big shake. I mean, it was any sugar I could get into my face.
Yes, of course.
I would send them out sometimes. They'd be like, do you want to go to the store? I'd be like, no, I'm going to stay home and eat the sugar out of the bag. I mean, I wouldn't tell them, but I was literally eating sugar out of the bag.
Oh my God, honey.
And you see dark circles around that time. But I know now, so I really try to avoid the sugar.
And your skin looks it.
Oh,
like
thanks.
you look regenerated.
I could do better though.
I don't know. Listen. Other than going getting a snatch back, you don't need one.
No, I mean, I love that, a snatch back.
I tell my husband all the time, we've got the facelift fund. Who needs a second home?
Yeah.
Or a third husband.
Or a third husband. Love you. Here it was. Heal your skin with healing your relationship with yourself.
Oh, fuck.
I know.
That hits home.
Louise Hay states, probable emotional cause for skin inflammations, hives, psoriasis, rash, dermatitis.
All of me.
Is anxiety and fear.
Yeah.
Old buried guck. I love Louise. That's a technical term.
Oh, yeah, guck.
Guck, yep.
And then she says, I'm pulling this up. I'm being threatened. Whoop, where it is. Here it comes. I'm being threatened in her book, Heal Your Body. So that's what's going on with your body, is it's in a state of fear or anxiety of some reason. That is the number one cause of a dermatitis rash, and it's a fight or flight mode. So
the relaxation therapy could be good for me as well. I mean, I'm in therapy. I'm in EMDR right now for trauma.
Huge.
So I'm hoping that will help. And then just eliminating the stressors. Acupuncture will help as well.
And maybe the EMDR is what's kind of brought it to the surface to dissipate.
Shit, yes. I have to live through it in order to pass it, go through it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Have you done EMDR?
No, my best friend has, and she swears by it.
It's amazing.
That's
it's
what
absolutely
she says.
Amazing. Nothing was working for me. I was having panic attacks just randomly. I've had panic attacks during the podcast.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, but now it's so much better.
I wonder if that's what it is.
What? It was Alex. Yeah. He says his producer, Alex. Yeah.
Well, we still love you, Alex.
Yeah, no, we definitely love you.
We're not sponsored by Alex.
Not sponsored by Alex either. Or
out.
Fox or GlaxoSmithKline.
Yeah. Or Louise Hay.
Or Louise Hay.
Or
Heal
Shoulders.
Your Body.
Yeah.
Nikki, that might be it.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
That it's literally physically pulling it out of you.
Yeah, and some of the stuff has flared up after periods of stress too. So it could be a lot of that as well. I'm still going to try to pull some stuff out of my diet just to make sure.
Yes. Well, it'll only help.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the great news.
Yeah.
If there's something you go, it didn't agree with me.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, dairy is like not great for you anyway. So
no, if you can, avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
I'm that person that does the, whatever you call it, the blue zones. Do you know the blue zones?
No.
Y'all. It's shocking that I am a comedian and I'm coming on here and sound like a damn nutritionist.
No,
I swear I'm not,
great.
but this is my like low key side gig that I love. I'm not a nutritionist or board certified. The 5 places in the world that people live over 100 years old, it's called the blue zones.
Okay.
So you've got, I'll give you Costa Rica. That's Nicoya, Costa Rica. Loma Linda, California, if you can believe it. Yes, okay. I know, shocking. Okinawa, Japan. Forgive me for pronouncing this one wrong. Icaria, Greece. Mm-hmm. And then Sardinia, Italy. So those are the 5 places in the world that people live over 100 with no medication, little to no medication. And so there's a great journalist, his name's Dan Buettner, and he was the one that coined it because he went around and started doing interviews for all of these areas. And he and another scientist, a longevity scientist, if you want to watch any of this, it's all on Netflix.
Perfect.
You can watch them.
Remember.
It's great.
Yeah.
And they do an episode for each region, but it's really fascinating. And so that's how I eat. I eat
Like the diet that is from those 5 areas.
Those 5 areas. And so
All
they're
right,
very
let's
similar.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm jotting things down.
Jot
Yeah.
it down. I'm telling you.
By the way, most of my podcasts are a passive aggressive way of telling him what I want him to do.
All of it.
The honey-do list.
Yeah.
It's like
Absolutely.
if you could just keep that running, sweetheart.
I've given up dairy. Well, not dairy.
No,
I'm sorry.
ice cream.
Good for
Well,
you.
that's dairy.
It is dairy, but
It is
not
dairy.
all
And
dairy.
I've cut down on sugar tremendously.
That's
true.
huge.
But I do. It's one of those things where I'm like, how can I get by with this thing that I'm used to doing? I'm used to doing this one thing at one time or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but
I've been tricking him with
Yeah.
shakes that I make him with protein in it and stuff
That's
like
a big
that.
deal.
they're
Hey,
fantastic. Smoothies are,
I tell my husband all the time when he's like, "Oh, babe, I don't," and I'm like, "I'm doing these things to keep you alive because I enjoy you. If I didn't like you, I'd go, hey, head to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Have a good afternoon."
yeah.
So know that I love you by saying, "Hey, look what I've made you instead." And he's like, "I
Exactly.
love you." I go,
Aw.
"Okay." So you know,
He's good.
That's a good- yeah.
it's an act of service.
It is. I'm learning about those. I'm learning stuff
You're
about life.
learning
Yeah.
the love languages.
Yes, absolutely.
We were just talking about love language.
Mhm.
We're still trying to figure out who has what.
Well, I always say you have 3, even though everybody's like, "Oh, they just pick one." You always have a primary,
Yeah. Okay.
and that's what you do for others is your primary.
Oh, because that's what you think is love.
That's what you think is love.
Right. That makes sense.
So my husband and I are both acts
Mm.
of service, 100%. So we both will, like, if I did the dishes for you, it means I love you. If I went and folded your laundry, it's because I love you.
Oh man.
Um,
I've been showing him that I don't love him for so long.
well, but if that's not your love language, what's yours?
That's okay.
Like, you could be gifts. It's words of affirmation,
Yeah.
physical touch.
I love physical touch. I love them all.
Me
And I
too.
love that he does everything for me as well. Like, he does the laundry and the dishes and like,
Mhm.
he's a very tidy person. So it's like,
I've never felt like, oh, why aren't you making the bed? Well, you do make the bed, but why aren't I've never been like, I'm folding your clothes. I enjoy doing it. It's not even a thought.
yeah.
That's
It's
my
just
husband
like,
and I.
yeah.
Same. Well, we'll both do it.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, that's so thoughtful. But I also thank him all the time because he's words of affirmation.
Ah, it's
Oh,
not-
So
yeah,
I have
yeah.
to
yeah.
say, he was out today in this awful heat tending to stuff in our garden. Get you an old rocker that likes to garden.
Mhm.
And he's out there tending to garden and stuff. And I said, "Thank you, baby." And it means so much to him that I recognize what he's doing.
Yeah.
If he was just doing it, I was like, "Okay, I'm headed to a podcast. Bye." He'd be like, "Okay." But that I took the time to say thank you for
Yeah.
tending to our yard right now and doing it. And he gets it
That's
brings him
nice.
so much joy
Aw.
because that's his thing, words of affirmation.
Do I
So-
thank you enough?
You do.
Okay.
You do. I never realized
do
just
more.
how much all this stuff really matters. There's a part of my life that I almost felt like, come on, we all know let's just talk to each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of but I was like, oh no, it is. I don't go up to a stranger and I don't just assume I know them and just be crabby
That's
or whatever.
right.
Or, so I'm like, why would I do this to somebody I care about?
Right.
So, but now I it really does matter. And I'm understanding that. So I'm just saying to you that you don't have to say thank you to me for stuff
Okay.
or whatever, because I still will do it. And it's not like I hold on to anything.
Oh, that's good.
That's
we're
sweet.
we're not also sponsored by sentimental stuff. So let's just
or love.
yeah. Or love.
All right, so let's go through just a few more because we have to wrap it
Mhm.
up. But
Okay, sorry.
hypnotherapy is supposed to be
Oh.
really good, and I think it also has to do with the stress level. Maybe just like separating from your
Absolutely.
intrusive thoughts. Climb therapy, what is that? I think I wrote it out wrong. I think it's like something else, and I wrote it when I set it into my phone. It wrote out. It's like maybe climatherapy. Will you look that up? for me?
yeah.
So it's a form of therapy. Oh, that's what I was saying. It's swimming and sunbathing in the sea for a few weeks. There was a study that showed that people who were going into the Dead Sea were being helped with a lot of their skin illnesses. And then there's another one called Tawina. I want to make sure I get that one in there because I've never heard of this in my
Tawina.
life. It is Tawina. It's kneading, rolling, pressing. It's like skin rolling. Have you ever done skin rolling? So that stretching, shaking, and it's very relaxing, but it can stimulate healing in the skin.
I'm here for all this, but I would feel like you need to go internal first.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But this is just treating the surface, like you're
100%.
saying. Yeah. And then diets and supplements like vitamin A, C, D, zinc,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Zinc.
manganese,
Manganese. I didn't think about that.
not antibiotics. Don't go on antibiotics.
No.
Antioxidants, zinc, fish oil, which we said, probiotics and prebiotics, which we recently just talked about for gut health.
I swear by it. I take AG1 every morning.
Girl, I got to come live with you for like 2
I'm
weeks.
telling you, I know. I run my husband's like, We do electrolytes when we get up. Then we do our probiotics. Then I have my coffee. Then I meditate. I know it's annoying.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
I had to learn to do it because we have not normal gigs for a living.
No.
So
and it also, I think it helps my self-esteem when I do
100%.
it. If I don't do it, I'm like, I didn't do something
Well,
today.
and I also say too, I know I sound like some weird influence person. And like I always say when you hear some like self-help person, they're like, don't touch your phone first thing in the morning. But it's hard on the West Coast if you have any family or anybody on the East Coast.
Right, yeah.
Because we're already 3 hours behind. So I get up early and do my day and I don't touch my phone until 7 a.m., which is already, you're already looking at, what is that, 10, 11 a.m.?
10, 11,
Oh,
yeah.
So their time. So I try to do my whole day and don't look at my phone.
So after you look
After
at
I've done my whole morning routine, then I look at my phone because if not, it's inviting everybody in to hijack your morning.
It's so true.
And the next thing you know, you're like coming in hot. And there is no, with us, we don't have, like, I don't walk into an office and I don't go, hey, everybody, my day starts the second I turn that phone over and start going in and it's like drinking out of a fire hose. You're like, here comes everybody,
Yeah.
So it's just learning to guard my energy without sounding completely woo. It's woo, but I guard my energy more.
You should. And we all are made of energy. So it's super important to protect that.
Yeah.
I don't take my phone when we go a lot of places, actually.
Oh,
no.
for
I don't.
you.
I just don't
When
even
we
like
go for
having
walks,
it.
I'll like just leave it there now.
I gotta
Get
get my
get
steps in. I'm
accustomed.
all, girl, you better register my
I
steps.
know. That's
I know.
the thing. It's like somebody's got to count. This is almost doesn't count. But
Right?
Yeah, we'll just get like a step counter, I guess.
I know.
But,
it's all right. We're gonna be great.
We're gonna be okay.
I'm invested in the dermatologist.
No,
You have to
thank
tell
you.
me.
I love that I've been sitting here this whole time with it just
Well,
exposed.
people need to know, and
Yeah.
we're all gonna
Yeah.
learn together.
I hope that
You realize I have to tune in now every week to know.
Yes. You
How
got to
to
subscribe.
Subscribe and follow y'all, because if you're not, how are you ever gonna know about the dermatitis?
I'm telling you, this has been so fascinating, so amazing. You were such an inspiration and so hilarious. And I'm so glad that you were able to make it today.
Thank
you so much for
you.
being here.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it.
I had a
really do.
ball. I love that we didn't even talk my podcast. I love that we didn't talk my show. You know, that's actually refreshing. I'm dead serious.
That's cool,
That's what we
cool.
try not to do is like ask those kinds of questions. And
If
then
there's stuff that comes up, fine. But we'll go with it for
Like,
sure.
when did
but
you start comedy? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I can't even remember. That's how long ago it was.
Well, what is the name of your podcast, by the way?
It's called What I Know So Far.
Mhm.
Okay.
And when we have people on, we love just learning what everybody's learned this far in life, like your experience.
Oh, that's
You have to
cool.
come on.
Yeah.
We'd
That's
love
a-
to have y'all on.
love that.
Absolutely.
It's just what you, like I always say that what got you this far, because we're all still getting somewhere else.
Mhm.
But what got you this far, and what do you know, and what have you learned, like about everything from what choices you've made, career paths, pivoting, all the things.
You just
And
made my heart flutter a little bit. That's such a great idea for a podcast. I love that. I'm going to listen to it for
please
sure.
do. We
Yeah.
just did we're only on part 2, but Leanne Morgan, if you don't know Leanne, who's an amazing comedian and a dear friend of mine and Karen's, we did a 3-part episode with her because it was so good. We couldn't stop the episode.
Yeah.
So part 1 and 2 are up, but a lot of great friends, and Karen and I have them too. Just a solo episodes with she and I.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's
That's
just
a
fun.
nice
I love
like
that,
part
yeah.
where you can like kind of has you stop and realize where you are, like be present, like, oh, I'm here. This is how I got here. It's a nice
Yeah.
little, because we forget sometimes.
We do, and you don't give yourself a credit a lot of
That's
times
the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
of how hard we've all worked and how hard we're all still working.
Mhm.
We're busy criticizing
Oh,
ourselves.
I was
constantly.
always saying, no one's a bigger butthole to me than me. Like the space between my ears. I'm like, if anybody talked to me the way I have sometimes talked to myself, I would fight. I'd whip my own weave off and fight her in the street. I'm like, wait a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Be kind, sis. So it's giving ourselves that grace, and also the true admiration for how far we've come.
Right.
Very positive. I like
love that.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
I'm so into that.
Where can we find you on the socials?
Oh, you're awesome. I'm at Trish Suhr, TRISHSUHR at everything. At
Oh my
literally
God, I
everything.
love
Beautiful,
that.
beautiful.
I went ahead and got a hold of my mess. So everything at trishsuhr.com. You can find my tour dates that are all going to be up and
Perfect.
live. And yeah, just
It's
and
just
and
so
my
good.
second season of Find My Country House starts on A&E in the fall. So
That's so cool.
So great.
thank you, babe.
Yes,
It's
That is
fun.
so cool.
It's fun. It's sweet.
So exciting.
It's wholesome. I'm not saving a life, but if you felt like you ever wanted to leave a city and go do goat yoga and buy a ranch, call your girl. I can help you find a house.
That's very
It
specific.
all comes back to ranch.
It does. It's all about the
Yeah.
ranch. And I got so
This is my
comfortable. I
one.
took my shoes off.
Oh, I did too.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, your feet are so cute.
Socks.
I got something
I
burned
just
off here.
I'm Southern. It's country as cornbread. Just didn't even wear shoes.
No, your feet are so cute.
Well,
If my feet
you.
were that cute, I would be having my socks off too.
Okay. Oh, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, no,
I'll
you have
take all-
adorable feet.
They're
Yeah.
like elf feet. I wear 5.5.
Well,
so.
my feet are like hands. So I was giving Sandra the thumbs up the other day with my feet.
That's my
The
husband's
best.
best friend. He always jokes that he has tingers, toe fingers.
Oh, I do have
And I can't ever
tingers.
unhear tingers. I'm like,
That's hilarious.
I love
I'm like,
it. It's
oh
such a great
my
word.
God, those are tingers. I'm
That's a
like,
great
"Oh."
word. All right.
That's a visual. I love it.
Yes.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks for tuning in. This will be out next Wednesday
Oh
at
my
3
gosh.
a.m. Yeah, because I don't have any in the bank.
I can't wait.
I know.
I'll be tickled to watch it.
So excited. All right. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.